Since everyone's retweeting your twit longer, and I told you I'd respond to you, I'm going to respond to your blog entry. Amanda, you asked fans last night to tweet you when we have an issue. I have one. Reality Rally turned you and Gina Marie down due to the statements you made in the house. Well, that's the first part where you're wrong. They sent you a cordial letter and explained why. A cordial letter. Instead of handling it privately like they did, both you and GM took it to Twitter, made it into an issue, and used to smear them and other BB cast members. All I did was post the rejection letter that they sent. I felt like it was unjust, and I didn't smear anything. I didn't say not one negative word about Reality Rally or other BB house guests, so I'm not sure where you're getting that from. In fact, I posted that people should still donate to the cause. Don't let this derail your focus, and said Judd and Alyssa would still be attending, so you could donate towards them. That's not negative, so I'm not sure what comments that you were talking about. All right. As a result, you and GM's fans are now attacking, boycotting, and smearing this charity and other BB people all over the Twitter. Is this okay with you? No, it's not okay with me. I specifically, again, posted something very soon after saying that's not what my intention was. I want to let my fans know I won't be attending this, and this is the reason why. Simple as that. You both made it seem like the reason you were upset is because they wouldn't get your donations. And let's be clear, they denied you attending the event, not donating to them. I personally have not very much money in my account, but I can raise money because of my platform. So yes, I'm very aware that I could sign on to their website and click, add some money there, but that wasn't my intentions. I wanted to raise a larger amount of money, and in order to do that, I would have to attend the event myself. So in essence, by not letting me attend, that's not getting other people to donate, not just only myself, because I'm just the small picture. It's about all of the fans, and it's for the charity. Let's be clear. GM's real anger is because she can't go and have fun. That is your opinion. I don't agree with that, because I spoke to Gina Marie and she seemed very upset because she wanted to be a part of the charity and give towards a good cause. If her chief issue was donating, then she could solve the check in the mail, right? Yes, Jenny. She's going to put a check in the mail now. This is a charity that raises money for people with cancer. Its reputation is everything. You're wrong, because the charity that raises money for cancer, their reputation isn't everything. Raising money for cancer is everything. So, okay. It's not uncommon for charities to deny monies donated. It's not all about the money. Actually, it is. The charity is to bring awareness for the cause and raise money for it. You ask the person with cancer, sitting, suffering, what's more important to them? The reputation of the charity, or that they have money in order to pay for their surgeries and research and all that jazz? I'm pretty sure that they're going to pick the latter of the two. If their reputation is tarnished, there will be no charity. Just to let you know that if I were to attend this charity, and if Gina Marie were to attend this charity, it would not lessen the money that they would get. It would greaten it by far, and it wouldn't tarnish their image. There's a lot of people there. We're reality stars. The excuse that we didn't exude professionalism, yeah, because we're reality stars. There's a reason why they put us on the show in the first place. The comparison you made to Brendan's Skype incident is not only appropriate and clearly was just brought up as a jab to Rachel, but it is not a valid comparison. Why? Why not? As someone who brought it to my attention, I was like, that's right. He did that. He was engaged and showed his dick to somebody on the internet. That's appropriate, but inappropriate jokes aren't. Okay. Brendan is not some perverted flasher. Okay, well, that's subject to who you're speaking to. He had no clue that would go viral, and that wasn't his intention. Yeah, because he was engaged, obviously. His only crime was screwing around online while in a relationship. Many men do this, and it is not so you're justifying You are justifying men cheating. Okay. Many men do this, and it's not something that should be used to deny someone from being at a charity. So you get to pick and choose what is appropriate and what's not appropriate, what's slanderous and what's not slanderous, and what would make the charity. This is just, you sound ridiculous. The fact that you got any sort of support on this is actually, it's funny. If being nude, voluntary or involuntary, online was a condition for attending, then we all seen Gina Marie's ass all over that's totally the same thing. Seeing Gina Marie's ass on the live feed and Brendan showing his dick to someone else when he's in a relationship. That's absolutely the same thing. Your other statement of Richard Hatch being able to attend is equally as ridiculous. I don't even know who Richard Hatch is. All these things that you're saying are other people that have said these things, and you're saying that I said it. No, I didn't say that, so stop putting words into my mouth. He was convicted of tax fraud and paid his debts to society. Unless a gang of former IRS people show up, no one is offended by him. Okay. I don't even know I don't know who that is, but whatever. To each his own. That is the point why you were denied to go to reality. People are offended by what you, Aaron, and Gina Marie said on Big Brother. I have news for you. They're going to continue to be. Are you both racist? It's not for me to say. I personally think Gina Marie was much worse than you and truly does feel that way towards people of color. Same goes for Aaron. The weird thing is that Gina Marie, not to defend anything what anyone said, but Gina Marie was like very close with Howard for the entire time that he was there. So if she really feels that way, it obviously didn't portray in that relationship. Same goes for Aaron. I'm not saying you're a Klan member, but this is why the KKK wears hoods. That's a little dramatic. They can use their freedom of speech while at the same time protecting their jobs and public image. Otherwise, they would be fired and shunned, maybe even denied jobs and housing. Basically, they would be treated like people of color have been treated and don't want that. I can guarantee you the pain you, GM, and Aaron are feeling, and the rejection is very small compared to what Candace went through on the show. I'm just responding to somebody who keeps getting like their blog retweeted, and it's just ridiculous. You have no idea what I go through every single day. And whether it's, I'm Jewish, I'm annoying, I was a villain on a show, and I have people sending me death threats every single day. So don't tell me that I have no idea the pain that other people have gone through. Because, what's her name? Candace would have never in the house thought, ever, in 100 years, she would never tell you that I was racist when she was in the house because she knows I wasn't racist. Howard wouldn't have said I was racist. Helen wouldn't have said I was racist because they know that I'm not. But after you get out and you see the media and you see the fans, they all make it worse. So, and then I'm sorry, but they're milking it for all that it's worth. All right. Here's a portion of what she went through. Being called Milla Vanilla, an Oreo cookie. Didn't come from me. Told her to let the black come out. She said that herself. Being called Shaniqua. She said that herself. She called herself Shaniqua. That's another thing in that edit that you didn't see. That when I said, oh, here comes the Shaniqua coming out of you. Right before that, you hear Candace saying, oh, the black's going to come out of me. Here comes the Shaniqua. And then I said, oh, okay, well, let's see the Shaniqua come out of you. The power of editing, which, by the way, there were no live feeds on that. So if you want to use that, then you can use that as well. Told her own mother didn't want her. I didn't say that. And obviously, they both said things at that point that was, hurtful. They were trying to hurt each other. Told she tries to act white, apparently because she uses good grammar. Told, like, all of these things that you're saying right now, yes. And when you write them down on a piece of paper, they look horrible. But you have to put it in context. And a lot of them are